do you want to start?
Hey guys, it's me again. By now I guess you know the drill. So let's get to my top 10 songs of last year. Before we do, really quick, I just want to go down a couple of rules I set for myself. 1, it had to have come out last year. 2, it can't be found on an album that was on my albums of the year. And 3, it has to have lyrics. Oh yeah, sorry, there's a fourth rule. Fourth rule is it has to be an original song. It can't be a cover. With YouTube and iTunes now, I'm finding a lot of covers that I like online. So I felt like that rule had to be established. Anyway, that's it. Rules over. Let's move on to the top 10, starting of course with number 10, Ragin' Fire by Philip Phillip. I like this song. It's different. If you listen to the song, you'll hear in the background acoustic guitar, strings, even some trumpets. It's got a hell of a catchy chorus, and it's just a really cool song about love. That's right. My opinion, I think the song's just about love in general. But it's a hell of an earworm song, and it's different than what you normally see on the pop chart. I really like it, so my number 10. Okay, let's move on to number 9. Shatter Me by Lindsey Sterling featuring Lizzie Hale. If you guys don't know who Lindsey Sterling is, look her up. She is awesome. And believe it or not, she is a violinist. But her stuff is just really good and breaks conventions of music, actually. And I won't go too much detail because this is about the song, not her. So, back to the song. I really wanted to include her, but she mainly only does instrumentals. Luckily this year, she did do a song where she featured a vocalist, and if that wasn't awesome alone, the vocalist is none other than frickin' Lizzie Hale, the lead singer of the awesome band Hailstorm, and together they pump out a really cool but poetic song, and I think it's about being ready for a change in your life, but needing someone to come along and push you, basically. Somebody make me feel alive and shatter me. And as far as the instrumentals go, it's typical Lindsey Sterling, where it's heavy violin, but it's also got some pop and rock elements in it as well. Overall, very good song. So let's move on and go to number 8, Sirens by Cher Lloyd. Now, Cher Lloyd, she's a unique one. I've been following her career ever since she was on the British X Factor, where I thought she was really good, but then afterwards, her career just wasn't that impressive and didn't live up to what she did on the show, in my opinion. Even this year, she did an album which was okay, but also disappointing. Luckily, there was a hidden gem which never really got too popular over here in the States, and it's a song called Sirens, where it's kind of power ballad-esque with tones of pop music, and as far as I can guess, it's about a troubled relationship where crimes are possibly involved, but overall, I really like it. I wish she'd do more stuff like this, but oh well, c'est la vie. At least we got this one song. Moving on to number 7, Human by Christina Perri. Now this is a simple but emotional song about, well, being human and maybe even about being bullied. But it is a really cool song, which is why it's here. Nothing really more to say about it. So let's move on to number 6, Stone Walls by We the Kings. Yet another emotional song on this list. This one probably the hardest hitting. In my opinion, it's a song about death and having to live without your loved ones. Don't stop running. The song just gets to me sometimes, and that's why it's on the list. It helps that it has a minimalistic but strong backbeat, and the lead singer Travis has a really cool voice. Anyway, let's move on to number 5, I by Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, that's right, people. I included a rap song on this list. I like rap, but for the most part, rap these days doesn't really impress me. It's all about everyone bragging about how much money they make, how many quote unquote hoes they've banged, and sometimes even trying to be gangster and talking about the drugs that they sell. But here we have Kendrick Lamar, thank God, here with his song I. It is a song basically about being who you are and keeping your head up in troubled times and loving who you are. And unlike all those sappy songs nowadays that talk about that same subject, this one is actually genuine and you can feel it. And also, it doesn't not help that the instrumental is different and funky, and I mean that in a good way. I mean like true funk. For those reasons and maybe more, that's why it is number 5. So let's move on to number 4. Standing by Pentatonix. For those that don't know, Pentatonix is an awesome, mostly a cappella group consisting of 5 members who are most notably known on YouTube for their covers, but they have been known to do original songs, including this one, Standing By, which, oh boy. Like a couple other songs on this list, it takes a simple concept and turns it into an awesome song. Actually takes a similar concept, which boiled down is about love and being together, but this song, that's not why it's here. It's here because minus a few drums at the climax of the song, this is a mostly a cappellic song that includes some really good 5-part harmony, but then some really upbeat moments that you would never expect with just voices. It's hard to explain. I guess you guys will just have to check out the song yourself. And check out the group while you're at it. They're awesome. Again, their name is Pentatonix. Okay, we're getting close here. Let's continue with number 3. I Bet My Life by Imagine Dragons. It's only after that I've started recording that I've realized several of my songs on this list have a sort of theme. Didn't even realize it. Anyway, this is a really cool song about, well, trust and how even at your lowest times where you're fighting with someone, you would still bet your life on them. I know it's weird to say, but the song is really good. And it's got that distinct alternative folksy sound that Imagine Dragons used to have, but this has it amped up, and there are even gospel elements to this song. And so combine that with a catchy chorus, and you got me. This is a really cool but different song. So for that reason, it's my number 3. Let's move on to the runner-up, number 2. Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. This is why X isn't on my top 10 albums, because I liked this song too much. And yes, I do realize that it is continuing the theme of over emotional songs, but I guess maybe I have a greater connection because it hits harder and you feel the emotion, especially with this one, because Ed Sheeran shows that he's got soul with this song. He digs deep and it's very sincere. I know it's a song about love, but unlike the other songs, this one shows the implication that it's forever love, and like I said, it's very sincere. It's little things, which is why this is so high on my list. Like the minimalistic instrumentals, which build up and crescendo to a guitar solo, which is weird because you wouldn't expect it on a song like this, but it works. It's kind of like what Sam Smith does, but I think maybe even better. Really don't know what else to say here, people, except I think it's a really good song and I really like it. It was probably my number 1 hit song of last year, because spoilers, my number 1 song wasn't a hit. Speaking of which, let's move on to the creme de la creme, my favorite song of 2014. Number 1. Maybe by Lily Kershaw. Yes, yet again, the trend holds up for number 1. This one, like Stonewall's, is very sad and hard hitting. This takes a twist on the whole love thing. And it's about, basically, from what I got, it's about someone who said things that they didn't mean, which ended in a breakup. But this is like the apology song. She even says, maybe you could forget what I said and just hold me instead. Whew. This song is just really good, really emotional. It helps that for the instrumentals, it's just an acoustic guitar with a hint of strings, and it just hits you, all of it together, which is why it's my number 1. I just really like this song. I know it's kind of crappy to end a top 10 on a sad song, but I can't help it. It's just how I feel. Sometimes sad things aren't the best. I mean, a lot of people consider Titanic to be their number 1 movie, yet that movie is so sad. Anyway, I hope you join me next time where we'll be talking about something a lot less sad. My top 10 TV shows of last year. Till then, see you guys.